Good morning, everyone. Before I begin my presentation, I want to make some comments on what President Yuan had talked about and the other participants' questions. First, about the trade pattern of China with Latin America. I think Latin America's the most advantage is its rich natural resources. I think in the time of globalization, one country should make the best use of its comparative advantage. So I don't think that this trade pattern is unfair for Latin American countries. I think Latin American countries should make the best use of it. On the other hand, Latin American countries should make use of the gain from the resources to develop its socio-economic development. Is something that Latin American countries should do. I think Latin American countries should establish a strategy to promote its socio-economic development. And this is my comments about the trade pattern. And about the concerns about China's relations with the leftist government in Latin American countries. I think for the Chinese government, no matter what the Latin American government is, leftist government, rightist government, central leftist government, we all establish good relationships with them. For example, we buy oil from Venezuela. We also buy copper from Chile, buy soybean from Argentina, buy oil and iron ore from Brazil. I think it's normal to develop relations with Venezuela. I think we have no intention to develop a strategic alliance with these leftist governments. Our largest interest is concentrated on economic relations. I think so. Now I begin my presentation. A moment ago, President Yuan has talked about what China is thinking, what is China's foreign policies. I think it is important to. I think this comment is important for us to view the China Latin American countries. Because the rise of China since the end of Cold War is the biggest change of the international order. I think the China Latin American countries reflect this kind of changes. especially in the post-crisis, China and Latin American ties are entering a new stage because the bilateral relations between China and Latin America has developed very quickly, and now we are entering in a new period. And what is the new period? I think the new period is to establish overall integral strategy with Latin American countries. That is to say, we should pay more attention to Latin American countries' concerns, their needs. I think this kind of strategy is the most important thing to maintain a sustainable development of bilateral relations. And the first part is about China and Latin American countries' rapid development of relations. During the first decade of this century, China's trade has grown faster with Latin American countries, with any other region. Especially during the financial crisis, Latin American trade with the United States and the European Union fell by 27% and 29% respectively. But Latin Americans trade with China increased by 11%. And in the year of 2010, bilateral trade between China and Latin America surpassed $180 billion, increased by 50% compared with last year. This is the performance of bilateral trade. And in the area of investment, also registered fast growth, and especially a great change of its nature. Because from 1990 to 2009, the Chinese total investment in Latin America was just $7.3 billion. But in the year of 2010, China invested more than $15 billion. China became the third largest foreign investor in the region, behind the United States and Holland. Furthermore, China's investment before was concentrated in material resources, but now expanded to other areas. For example, in infrastructure, in agriculture, fishing, and etc. I think there are great changes in trade and investment relations between China and Latin America. So I think the bilateral relations has entered into a new period. And the second part is about why China and Latin America developed close ties. I think the close ties are common choices of both sides. First, because Asia has become the most powerful engine of the world economy, especially during the financial crisis. China has played an important role in pushing in Latin American countries fighting against the crisis. So many Latin American countries want to take the China's Eastern Express to realize its development. And second, Latin American countries in recent years have applied and realized the open market policies. They hope to diversify its foreign economic relations. China, as a rising emerging force, the most important force in the world. Naturally, China has been the choice of many Latin American countries. And the third reason, I think, China and Latin America has strong complementarities. I think this is important for us to develop close ties. And the fourth, I think it's important that China and Latin America share some common senses. For example, both parties are developing countries. They have similar history and common interest. I think the economic ties is the most important factor that promote the bilateral relations. I think the fifth reason is that the international financial crisis has accelerated a transformation of the international order, in which the emerging countries, including some Latin American countries, need to intensify its cooperation to face the challenge brought by the financial crisis. This is the second part. And the third part, I think through bilateral relationships between China and Latin America. First, Latin American countries, I think, are the biggest winner in these bilateral relationships. Of course, China also benefits from this relationship. The first reason, I think, is that Latin American countries in the financial crisis have recovered quickly from the financial crisis. I think China has played an important role in this process. Despite the crisis have affected the pace of recovery of Latin America, but in Latin American countries did not appear the dominoes effect. I think the most important factor is that China's fast and continued economic growth and its robust need for raw materials. And this kind of needs increase the international price of primary products. And secondly, I think Chinese investment has promoted the infrastructure construction in Latin America. I think this is also important because in the past 20 years, the problem of infrastructure has been netbought for the development of Latin American countries. In these years, China's investment in infrastructure has significantly increased. I think through these programs or projects have improved the development condition for Latin American countries. For the China's role in Latin American countries, I want to cite two examples. Brazil and Mexico. I think these two countries are two biggest powers in Latin America, but the different choice toward China's policy has led to different results. First, Mexican economy traditionally depends more on the United States market, and in this crisis suffered deeply. And in 2009, Mexico registered a recession of, I think, is 6%. But the other big countries of Latin America, Brazil, developed close ties with China during the government of Lula. But through these close ties, Brazil successfully passed through the financial crisis and gave a relative fast growth of economy. This is for Latin American countries, and for the part of China, I think China also benefit from these relationships. Because in recent years, China's demands for raw materials such as oil and iron ore are increasing in Latin America. Are increasing. So Latin America has become China's most important resource of energy import diversification. At the same time, the share of Chinese product in Latin American imports is increasing, especially under the strategy of Go Global policy. Latin America is one of the most important destination for China's investments. Now comes to the fourth part. I think in the post-crisis period, gave the world economy many uncertainties and many difficulties. Despite there are significant opportunities since the financial crisis between China and Latin America. There also exist challenges, which I think may limit further ties with Latin America. I think the global protectionism is increasing as a result of financial crisis, and this was evident during the financial crisis. For example, Argentina and Brazil have initiated many anti-dumping investigations against China. I think some reasons are about that in the financial crisis they have to expand its markets, and these countries' products did not have the ability to compete with China's products, so they initiated some anti-dumping investigations against China. At the same time, I think Chinese economy and enterprise are facing a more complicated condition. More pressures on transition and upgrading of its production structure, and the continuous increase of its of raw materials and its manpower costs. China's go out to Latin America process is also facing challenges. For example, some Latin American countries adopted some protection policies toward Chinese products. Some countries established investment limits toward Chinese investment. In this year, Argentina and Brazil will have initiated some limits on Chinese investment. I think, on the other hand, although some enterprises have completed some successful investment cases in Latin America, the lack of international business experiences and experts still limits the quality and quantity of the investment. So, under the new situation, China's policies toward Latin America should go on sticking to a mutual benefit strategy. I think China and Latin American countries should make joint efforts to explore a more diversified trade and investment pattern, a more sustainable strategy. So I think in the field of trade as well as in the field of investment, we have to explore a new pattern of development to maintain a sustainable growth of bilateral relations. I think this is very, very critical for the future China, Latin American countries. That's all. Thank you.